Hello, and welcome to the first ever episode, the Gem City Pennant baseball podcast, baby. We did it, finally. Bill, it's your last chance to cover up your mess. It's not that bad.
It's clean. I have my graduation bear out. We're good to go, bud.
Yeah, there's a teddy bear.
Yeah, there's a teddy bear. And
Baseball's
a wheel.
Fun.
And the Thunderbird and a Porsche. We're good to go. And Archimedes helicopter. Gang, son.
There you go. Boys, baseball's hot in the streets.
I know.
Super hot fire.
Speaking of that, I'm going to pull up a game right now.
Are you talking fantasy or real game?
Real game.
Okay.
What game are you pulling up?
I don't know. I'm going to MLB TV since Dalton graciously gave me his password.
You're welcome. I had three screens going all day with baseball. I bought a TV for my kitchen and a Google Play. If you guys have never gotten Google TV or whatever that is, that like it's like the Fire Stick version, but by Google.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that thing's cool.
Just don't get us sued by MLB. We can't afford another lawsuit.
No, can't have that.
Not another one.
We're
not another one. We can't do it twice.
Though.
I'm already broke.
We're a nonprofit, and also we don't really have a lawyer, so it might be a problem.
We have two reverends, but no lawyer.
Two reverends, no lawyer.
Reference, but no.
Put it on the title.
That's
the title of the episode.
Two reverends.
Oh, boy. Here. All right, before we get this thing too far, you know what time it is. Tonight, it's approximately 1600 Mountain Standard Time. We're going with Talisker.
Ooh.
And
1700 Central Time.
I just turned on Battle of LA, Dodgers, Angels.
Yep. Sheldon Noisy up to bat, top of the sixth, 0 outs, 1 on.
Correct.
Yeah. It really should be a blowout right now. The Dodgers left a lot of base runners on base.
That game last night, the Dodgers were up like 14-0 and then ended up.
And they almost lost it.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I stayed up till
Jared Walsh on my fantasy team, so he picked it up late last night.
Yeah, I was up till like 11:30 watching that.
Yeah,
I thought they had it, and then I realized they might not have had it, so I had to keep watching just to see the tire fire because the Dodgers have been so bad lately.
Yeah,
they'll get it going again. They've just been struggling after that Cubs series.
Yes, they got swept by the Cubs, and all those games were so ugly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, that was hard to watch.
Were those in Wrigley?
Yeah, they were in Wrigley. It was cold as fuck too.
That's a tough place.
That's why.
There it is, explicit.
There it is.
That was 3 minutes, if that.
That wasn't long.
Finished.
And it wasn't me.
Whoa, coffee with this tastes really weird.
This pitcher tried to pick off. I think it was the third or fourth pickoff attempt.
Well, yeah, it's because he has 20 pitches and 0 outs, so he's just trying to get the bullpen ready.
Yeah, by that point.
So they didn't come here for our live broadcast of the Dodgers Angels Freeway Series, I-5 series. First thing maybe we should talk about is we could do like a standings update if you'd like.
Yeah, we could even. I mean, we can't really give a full. I mean, we can kind of see with the way the breakdowns are going in today's games. But I think all but one game is over.
Well, yeah, let's fire it up with the first one.
My life.
Your mom asked me out, put a beat down on me by 106 points as we stand right now.
Yeah.
Oh, I should probably update this.
That's not. I don't think you need to update because you're getting demolished.
Call the National Guard, call the Army because Dalton is getting massacred.
Oh, I still can't do math.
So that's gonna drop Dalton, the commish, down to 3 and 2.
I don't think my placement is gonna change actually unless Matt loses.
Yeah. And then that puts your mom asked me out, Chris Thompson.
He's still gonna be below me.
Also at 3 and 2.
Because we are a points league this year.
We are.
Mm-hmm.
record than points, especially with how many weeks we have, 18-week regular season. So
yeah. And then go to
too close to call is the Matt versus Zachary matchup right now.
Matt and I were talking before everyone got on. For some reason, every time we play, no matter what it was, football or baseball, it's always so damn close.
This is our closest matchup we've seen so far, I think.
Yeah,
There's just a lot of. There's just always. Oh, go ahead.
I just said it's still a 5-point game. We're definitely gonna have to see how the pitcher thing runs out. We'll see, but not counting any chickens because I'm probably gonna lose. Matt's got a good team. He admitted before he was blocking me from Adam Wainwright this morning, which Adam Wainwright outscored Herman by 21 points. So it was definitely. I mean, I went Herman because it was hopefully going to be a 10-point swing in my direction if I could get the win and he got the loss, but it went the other direction. But
how did Wayno do today? Oh my gosh, 36 points? No way.
Wow.
Who?
Wainwright.
No, 29.
Oh, okay. So Matt played him earlier in the matchup then. That's what that means.
Yeah.
29. Wow. I had a choice between Wainwright or Maeda last night, and I went with Maeda because I needed the boom bust, and then that game got postponed, so I knew I was boned.
Which is another thing.
Postponed? I knew I was boned.
That's good.
That was the same thing. I was trying to fill in a lineup spot because Eddie Rosario, they had a postponement. So I picked up one of the Twins outfielders, Kyle Garlick, who's been hot.
Oh, that's right.
Garlic. Oh, gosh.
Garlic.
Yep.
And then
sounds like a Dragon Ball Z player or Dragon Ball Z character.
And then right after games started, because they were like 11:30 time, first pitch, and then 10 minutes before the game, it was postponed, and I'm like, that's just crap.
Yep.
But needless to say, that one's going to be interesting. Either I'm going to go up to 3-2, and Matt will drop to 4-1, or Matt will pull and further into 5-0, or me down to 2-3. That'll be 2 losses in a row for me. I had a massive lead last week. I had a 105-point lead going into Saturday and lost.
Zach Weller come out and beat your ass on Sunday?
At the very end, yeah, he beat me by 7 or 8. I don't know, 20 points. So I thought if I
on Sunday, right?
Yeah, he closed it out on Sunday. He had 5 pitchers go nuts on Saturday to give him the lead.
Mm-hmm.
But
in the lowest scoring matchup of the week, once again, Bill had a very easy opportunity to win, and
I messed that up.
Decided to lose against one of the hottest teams in fantasy, so it would have been great for all parties had he picked up his second dub, but that's okay. I'm pretty sure this one is out of reach for you now, Bill.
I think so.
Do you have any starters left?
I'm checking right now. Nope.
All right, it's over.
It's over.
Speaking of that, Tatis has been rolling for
Has he?
Pond. I mean, lately, I think it was him. Oh no, I'm thinking of Acuna, not Tatis.
Yeah, Acuna is nasty, right? The whole Braves first 5 batters are ridiculous right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had the Phillies closer last night and got torched. I think it lost me 6. I think 6.
Dude, did you guys see that game?
No.
Was that last night or the 2 nights ago? That 12-inning game? Oh my God.
That was last night.
It was last night. Yeah,
I stayed up and watched that one too. That game was stressful. I don't even like the Braves.
Yeah, the Phillies had the lead in the 9th inning. They
twice, 3 times.
Yeah, and I was like, oh sweet, a chance for a save. It's gonna be awesome. And he blows the save, and I'm like, he gets
he
negative
blew 2
4.
saves.
Yeah.
He blew 2 saves.
The closer got the first blown save.
No, Alvarado went 2 innings and lost the save both times.
They brought him back in?
Mm-hmm. He went 2 innings. Actually, I don't even think he made it 2 innings. I think he made it what's called in the industry 1+, which is he closed out 1 inning and then he went into the next inning and he didn't get out of it. He didn't get a single out, I don't think.
Yeah, that was because I had Hector Neris last night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been up and down.
Up and down, to say the least. But that's the closer situation. Unless you have one of those top tier closers like Matt, he got 10 from Hader today.
That's a natural transition. The next topic after we get done with this scoreboard and this standings update is going to be the closer report. Stay tuned for that.
So the other matchups, quick one. We talked about Zach Weller's team. He's losing pretty handily to Steve. Steve's kind of turning it around from last year. He's going to be 4-1. And Zach's going to fall to 1-4. Steve actually showed up to the draft this year. And I talked to him about a week ago, and he definitely makes a difference when you actually draft your team.
Yes.
Yes, it does.
Funny story. He was actually, it was his anniversary. He was drafting under the table.
Man.
He would get a buzz when it was his turn. He opened his phone and boop, made a pick.
That's an amazing story.
That's funny.
Got his queue saved up, and he's doing well. Better than last year. It helps when you don't draft a catcher in the first 2 rounds. He's got Acuna. So Acuna.
Okay, yeah. Acuna's going off. He's the hottest player in baseball right now.
Oh, he's got like 9 homers. He's got 10 homers, and he's batting 313 for the season. He's so he's on fire right now.
DJ LeMahieu type average there.
What was that?
DJ LeMahieu type batting average there.
So the current leaders in batting average for the MLB is Trouty, 388, which is just ridiculous.
He's so good. Like,
fun fact, I saw the stat last night on MLB TV after I'd stayed up till 11:30 making sure that the Dodgers didn't cause me more misery.
You're not a Rocket fan.
Yeah. Trout has cut his average launch angle in more than half this year. This is his best start to a season ever in his career. And his launch angle on average is only 9 degrees, which is less than you need to actually get a home run on average.
What's your launch angle for a home run one? Like 12, 13?
17.
11?
It's like 15 to 30 or 15 to 35. And he's hitting it at 9. So the theory is he decided, I'm just going to hit the shit out of the baseball because his hard hit percentage is through the roof.
Mm-hmm.
Because they deaden the balls a little bit. So now the way to be successful is line drives.
Yeah.
There's Foolish Baseball did a breakdown of this stat as well. I don't know if you guys have ever seen him, but he's really good. His YouTube channel, little plug in there if you want to
check him out.
Be nerdy as hell on baseball.
With
he
Dalton.
actually just put out something about the about bunts and the Dodgers. I hadn't watched it yet. I'm watching that tonight after we get done with this. I love that shit. I love that shit. But anyway, BABIP is like one of the most important stats when it comes to success, which is batting average on balls in play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. For those of you who
Matt, I feel like Matt just got a chubby listening to me, or he's doing something goofy.
BABIP.
Yes, Matt's doing both.
You start throwing out like all the random terminology, and everyone's like, "What the hell is that?"
Well, the one thing I was kind of wondering about was when did launch angle start becoming a really important statistic? Because like a couple of years ago, I never heard of it, but now it's like all the analytics going into baseball now, where it's like you're improving batting averages, or it's not the steroid era where you're trying to get like 60, 70 home runs now, but it's kind of money.
Batting averages don't matter anymore. It's about on base percentage.
Mm-hmm.
That too.
Which is why in our Yahoo Fantasy League, it's kind of frustrating because batting average does not matter, and that's one of the 5 categories. But anyway,
thank you, Nick Madrigal, who's batting like 310.
Yeah, I think about 2019 is when they started really looking at it. When Juan Soto was going the fuck off and all these new guys came up, that's when they started saying, what's making them successful? Oh, yeah, launch angle.
Yeah, like that, like the analytics thing. I mean, and you can see it across all sports too. Like it's the analytics era.
I love it.
And I mean, it's great for fantasy purposes because that's what fantasy is analytics. So, and just understanding all the analytics that go into each quote unquote decision. I mean, when I was at the Kansas City Royals game which was freezing, by the way.
It looked cold.
Nothing like April baseball. Then cold, miserable, like 7-hit game. There was because we were sitting like 15 rows up on first base, and there was this guy that was he was doing the slow-mo that got relayed back to the dugouts, and I chatted with him for a little bit, and they said it's delayed now because of the Houston Astro situation, but they're now just allowing that in-game tape back into the dugouts. And like he showed me his screen, it was really cool. It was like real slow frame by frame that gets sent back in the dugout for the batters, so they can see their launch angle and everything on all their swings. It's crazy.
Yeah, and this year they actually, when they reintegrated video back into the dugouts, they blurred out the pitcher's hand. So it looks like a Japanese porno now, I think.
That's what Bill Screen looked like earlier.
That's what it did. Yeah, let me.
No, but the angle that it was, the camera angle that the guy was behind us was right along, just across the plate, so it was only the view of the batter.
Oh shit! I guess I didn't listen to what you were saying completely. You were sitting right next to the guy who was filming.
Yeah, he was. So we were on the last row of the lower deck, and he was on the walkway, and he had his camera angle pointed right to the batter.
And he probably works for.
He worked for the Royals.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and it was really cool. So I chatted with him before we left, and he showed me his like the iPad that he had that was attached to his camera, and it had like their launch angle, like on every swing, every swing, every miss.
That's awesome.
It was really
that's
cool.
real.
Yeah, it's
man.
crazy.
I almost feel like you should have turned on your camera if we were any better at this and been like, "I'm now interviewing Roy," but he wouldn't have told you shit if you would.
Oh yeah, no way.
No, he was real cool, but it was so cold. But there was like nobody there, and so he's like, I was like, "You work for the Royals? What are you doing?" He's like, and he showed me his screen and everything. It was really cool, top notch stuff.
Maybe he did work for the Astros.
No, he worked for the Royals.
Kind of like the Patriots, like having their spies.
Yeah,
up in the club area. Yep.
But no, it was cool. Yeah, the analytics era is across all fantasy sports right now, especially in baseball.
Yeah.
Since batting average doesn't matter, I'll go ahead and rattle off the current batting average leaders for both the American and National League combined. Trout at 388. Your men Mercedes 371 still. Xander Bogaerts 357. Byron Buxton 370. Unfortunately, he just got placed on the 10-day IL. Poor bastard.
10-day. IL.
Yeah. What did I say?
No, 10-day.
No, you said it. We're just saying 10-day IL.
10-day IL is very vague.
Yeah.
Nobody knows when it ends.
Yeah, exactly.
Minimum.
Jesse Winker 354. Yordan Alvarez 347. Yuli Gurriel of all people 339. JD Martinez 339. Coming back out of a slump that he was in for a minute. It's good to see him back and doing good shit. And looks like, is that Corey Dickerson Corey Dickerson from Miami 333. And Justin Turner 328.
That might be the only guy that strikes out more than Javi Baez.
Who's that?
Justin Turner or Corey Dickerson?
Corey Dickerson.
Yeah.
So it's either he hits a single or he strikes out.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let's pull up a quick baseball reference page. That sounds like fun.
What is it called? Yeah, just called Baseball Reference. That is like the best page to like look up just not only statistics, but you can look up specific games from like 100 years ago and see like Babe Ruth went 3 for 4 against the Red Sox or whatever it was. So I nerd out on that site and research random obscure games.
He's actually not striking out that bad.
Who, Javi
or Corey Dickerson? He's only got 18 strikeouts.
That's actually not bad.
So currently he's got, because this is all right. One of the topics is the fundamentals of fantasy baseball,
which is not
one of the
batting
stats.
average.
No, but one of the stats that really is important is walks over strikeouts. And currently, Corey Dickerson has a 555 walks over strikeouts, which is actually well above league average.
So it's like 3, right?
I'd say like 3 is league average, like 300. Because so you divide, Bill, quickly. I know you were geology. You divide walks over strikeouts. 555. That's not bad.
And it's reversed for pitchers. Strikeouts.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that wasn't including hit by pitches. But anyway, he's got a 144 OPS plus, which is a really good stat to check just how good a batter is at being efficient and also influencing his team. OPS, for those that don't know, I love how I've turned this into a crash course on baseball statistics, but OPS is on base percentage, which we talked about. That's your walks, hit by pitches, intentional walks, plus your slugging percentage, which is total bases divided by at bats. And currently he is slugging 456, which is pretty damn good. And I don't know what you just changed this to. Moneyball works. Yeah.
Moneyball. Yeah. Moneyball does work.
Looking at Corey Dickerson's baseball reference page, this dude is severely underrated.
Yes, yeah, he's a tremendous player. He was the main guy in the Jermaine Marquez deal with the Rockies and Rays back in the day.
Yeah, look at this. 98 OPS plus in 2013. He's got a career 118 OPS plus. That is very good. We're talking somebody who should be an all-star every year. It's just he's always played for bad teams.
You should share the page so the audience can see.
Oh, if I had the power to do that, I would.
I'm going to share what? Oh, that screen? Oh, I don't have that.
Yeah, 323, 329. Am I helping us out here?
What?
I call him Zach by his name, which is 323, 329.
Yeah. Hey, Zach, you got to give me share screen powers.
Which one are you, Dalton? Don't even
I'm 263, 369, 32.
For anybody that is
they can see it. Just watching the name
anybody who's only listening.
Anybody who's only listening, we've changed all of our names multiple times to be our fantasy baseball scores and random. Matt keeps changing this thing to
whatever we're talking about.
Whatever the context is.
I will give Dalton the most privileges real fast so he can do this.
All right.
Yeah, I'm like, which one? Because
wait a minute.
Dale has Dalton's sideways skateboard, and I'm like, is that Dalton? I don't know.
Oh, I just noticed the skateboard.
It was upside down, and then he turned it sideways. I was like, oh, I gotta change that real quick. Give me a moment.
Oh man, I thought you meant the Google Doc that we have. I thought that's what you wanted me to share. Matt,
oh no,
Matt's pouring it on. Matt's pouring it on me.
I only scored like 3 more points.
Yeah, but I lost a point.
That's hey. Yeah, I realized
this works.
I realize I do have one more starter left. I have Marcelo Zuna left.
There we go.
But he's not scoring 40 points, so I'm good. Hot damn. Look at that.
So, look at Corey Dickerson. I don't know who has him right now. If someone wants to research that.
I'm on it.
Let's look at this. So, OPS plus, as you can see, adjust to player's ballpark. So, Coors effect. Everybody knows what that is, right? It's where you play in Coors, you're going to hit a lot better because the air and nothing breaks. And
there is no air. What do you mean the air?
Yeah, exactly. And fastball actually plays a lot better. So it looks like Corey Dickerson is a left fielder. Let's look at his game.
Camel Toes has him.
So I got to play him next week. Okay.
It's a good luck, Dylan.
Ooh, you know what'd be a fun thing to look at? How many postseason games has he played in? 0? Oh, he had some. Looks like last year.
Yeah.
Last year with the Marlins, he sucked. 654 OPS.
Which is probably why they lost.
Yeah, if anybody watched the Marlins Braves series last year, it was pretty hilarious because I don't think the Marlins – they scored 5 runs, but that was it over 3 games. And they scored it all in the 1 game. Anyway, I will stop sharing my screen now if I can learn how to do that.
Yeah, what's that one tab all the way to the right there, Dalton? It's just ESP. You close something. Never mind.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I changed baseball games.
Whoa.
MLB need to get DMs. The Reverends and the other guy.
I changed it to the Padres Giants game.
Oh,
I don't know how to stop this.
Here, let me do this. I'm going
to the share thing.
I'll reclaim host.
I don't know how to stop this. Sounds like my granddad when he's trying to drive his car. I don't know how to stop this. It's going. Anyway.
Okay, cool. We're back to normal. Matt, what are you doing right now? Are you on a phone?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I'm on my computer today.
Oh,
It
okay. I
was
just saw it
shaking
moving.
a little bit because I have it like on a little like incline thing on my bed. So
Yeah. Two Reverends, no lawyers, and Corey Dickerson.
welcome to the group, Corey.
All right, shall we go to our actual sheet?
Yes.
Probably a good idea.
We'll go to our actual sheet.
We were prepared today, ladies and germs. Let me tell you.
So the first thing on our sheet is this little thing called the closer chart or closer report.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
we talked about it. What's up?
We did touch on that just a few
minutes. Just a dip.
So for those of you who want relievers in your fantasy lineup, and I would suggest you have at least 2 closers on your team at all times. And I've noticed a lot of you guys have mid relievers, which, Matt needs relief. And
I need relief.
He's so distracting. But anyway, I can't get no. There's this thing called the closer report where you can search. Many different websites have this information, but the one I like to use is ESPN, and it gives you hints as to who is coming up and who is going down. And if the reliever you have is not the closer,
get rid of him.
He should not be on your team.
Get him out of there.
Yep. Yeah. So, for example, it breaks it down by division, and it gives you notes and about every one of the relievers and how close they are to getting the closing spot, or vice versa.
Yep. I use NBC Sports Edge for mine.
That one seems to me to be a little bit harder to find in terms of the closer report. I don't know. Zach, if you want to give us a quick example of that. I like to use ESPN, but
yeah, give me 1 second.
That's just because it pops up quicker on the Google search.
Yeah. NBC Sports Edge. That is a paid subscription, but I use it for baseball and football. But it goes team by team breakdown, and it has like each group. And it's got the main man, the setup man, the middle relief. So if you want long relief guys, you can pick them up. Obviously, that's harder to follow.
There's only one who's worth adding right now, and nobody has him. And I'm not even going to mention his name because I might have him at some point.
But now we're all curious to add him.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'm not your relief. That's Bill.
There's only a few.
There it is.
There's only a few that are like obviously top notch. Matt's got one of the best closers in the game.
That's all.
Chapman?
No, Hader.
Hader pitched pretty good today. I watched his inning and I watched Devin Williams' inning, but I think Chapman's the best right now, currently.
Yeah,
I agree.
I think he's gone like 14 innings straight without giving up a run or something right now.
Yeah, I got some weird closers. I lost Rosenthal early to the IL, but Jansen's been weird. Like if you look at his stats, it's really weird. Like his walks, strikeouts over walks is not great, but he has like hardly no earned runs. Like he walks batters, but then turns them into double plays easy. But it's if you don't have a top tier closer, you're living by the seat of your pants. Like I have Hector Neris from the Phillies, and he might give me 10 one day, and the next day he's giving me -4. So yeah. Same with I had Yimi Garcia, who's been good. Kenley Jansen's been fine, but it's hard to get that top tier closer.
So a little bit of advice: don't fuck with the Rays bullpen.
No.
Like right now, it has Pete Fairbanks as their closer, but they legitimately just go with whoever they want to on whatever day it is, at least until Nick Anderson gets back.
Yeah. We had some dead there.
Let's see.
Yeah, but closers it's hard right now. It's early.
And also you don't want to fuck around with bad teams because they're not going to get into closed situations. Like there's no purpose in having the Detroit Tigers closer.
No, and he's good,
He is good, but how many opportunities is he
Soto,
gonna
I think
get?
his name is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good, but he only gets maybe one save opportunity every 5 days.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thanks, Matt. That was beautiful.
What?
Hector gave me. Man, I hope you lose this matchup on a stat correction.
I think the most surprising closer of the year so far is Ian Kennedy or Mark Melancon.
Yeah, for the the Padres.
Yeah, Mark Melancon, I think, is currently leading the league in saves. Let's see what Baseball Reference has to say about that.
Hector Harris has 7.
Mark Melancon is still leading with 11. Ian Kennedy has 10, and Alex Reyes has 10. And I don't think Reyes is losing that job anytime soon.
No.
So, unfortunately, for anyone who bought into stock on Giovanni Gallegos, sorry,
Going down faster than Dogecoin.
is Dogecoin going down?
No, it's flying.
Wait, I thought it went down 30% last night.
Yeah, last night.
Oh, okay.
Now it's
I
already
don't know
back.
shit about stocks.
Now it's already back up 5%, 10%. Oh, no, I lied.
All right, well, that transition.
15. Anyway.
Closers, let's move to aces because there's a far more aces than closers.
So basically, the way I wanted to break this down is by taking a look at ERA plus, which is another one of these ballpark adjusted stats for all of the teams. Well, let's do FIP, fielding independent pitching, which is actually better than ERA. Just like batting average, ERA is useless.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious to think, right?
Because ERA, in the Yahoo League, ERA is another category.
Yeah, and ERA is useless in understanding how good a pitcher actually is because ERA takes into account defense.
Yeah. Why?
Because it's a simple stat.
Unearned run, they don't count in the ERA, do they?
No, but let's see. Field independent pitching is a pitcher's effectiveness at preventing home runs, walks, and hit by pitches and causing strikeouts.
Oh, okay, so I get it.
It's just a math equation.
Yeah.
Let me guess. DeGrom and Cole are the top of that list.
So currently I have it sorted by teams, but I can sort it by pitchers. Hold on.
I got ERA leaders for individual pitchers whenever you need it.
Go ahead. Rattle it off.
All right. Should I start from the bottom and then go up, or
all the way up, Matt?
All the way up. No, never mind. Okay. So should I start by 10 or go 5, or what do you guys want me to do?
Just start at 10.
Okay. So 10 leading lowest ERA, Pablo Lopez for the
Miami Marlins.
Miami Marlins at 2.04.
He's on my team.
All right. And a guy with a huge game, I believe, last night or the night before with a 2.00 exactly, Wade Miley. Yep.
Fun story about him. His son insisted that he wear a Hulk stick-on tattoo on his throwing arm forearm, and he pitched his no-hitter with a temporary tattoo of the Hulk.
Huh.
So in his post-game press conference, he joked that it's time to get a real one.
Right.
That's pretty cool, actually.
All right. Next up, Kevin Gausman for the San Francisco Giants has 1.97 ERA. Whoever that is, you're getting a shout out. All right. A starting pitcher for the Miami Marlins as well with 1.89 ERA is Trevor Rogers on my team.
Rookie.
Yep.
In his first 2 games, I believe he beat DeGrom on back-to-back games. He matched up against DeGrom and won.
That is very impressive. Of course, it's a team effort, but very impressive.
Yeah, because wins is actually a hitter stat. It's not a pitcher stat.
That is
another stat that does not matter, but still influences fantasy baseball.
Mm-hmm.
That should be like a segment. Be like Dalton stats that don't matter.
Stats that
John don't matter.
Stats that exist but don't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. All right, let's see. Oh yeah, Brandon Woodruff at 1.73 after him. I'll go along a little quicker. Fifth is Garrett Cole with 1.61 ERA. The next guy I've never even heard of, John Means for the.
He pitched.
He just threw a no-hitter.
He threw the only strikeout wild pitch.
Drop third strike, no-hitter.
Yeah,
that guy. Okay.
The most perfect, non-perfect no-hitter you could possibly throw.
How do you reach on a drop third strike? Oh, God.
This is Pedro Severino's fault. That's the catcher. But
Yeah.
I like the Orioles. If you guys didn't see, they're my sweetheart. When they're good one day, I can say I was also an Orioles.
When they're good one day.
When they're good.
So John, the most perfect, unperfect game.
He's been good. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Following those guys, at third is from the Royals, Danny Duffy with 1.26 ERA. Let's see. Jacob deGrom is next with 0.68, and then our leader from the Chicago White Sox having a comeback year is Carlos Rodon with
another no-hitter.
Yeah, sorry. 0.58.
For some reason, I don't see that. I don't see him on there. Maybe he doesn't qualify on Baseball References stat because they have Marcus Stroman as 10th and DeGrom as number 1.
Oh,
maybe he missed a start or two.
Well, he's 5-0 right now, but the thing is, he's won every single game he's pitched so far. So
right, and like we said, wins don't matter.
Right.
Which is why DeGrom can win a Cy Young, even though the Mets just decide they don't want to win, or you know what I mean? They don't want to score any points when DeGrom is pitching.
Right. Those Mets.
I think he got the win today, though, too, didn't he?
DeGrom?
Did the Mets
win?
The Mets did win.
Yep. So DeGrom was pitching. He did exit early. I don't know what the injury diagnosis is on that, unless, Zach, you want to look that up for our later segment?
Sorry, I'm watching the Trent Grisham at bat.
You got to focus on our podcast, man.
I got Trent Grisham trying to give me a dub today.
Jacob deGrom to undergo MRI after exiting early.
Yeah, what is the MRI on?
Probably oblique. He's been battling an oblique issue.
It's probably because he's been batting like an animal.
Well, he's got to bat like an animal because his team won't bat for him.
Yeah.
Same with Javi Baez.
He had a bunt single that I watched from my kitchen TV today. That was really cool.
Front line. Oh, sorry, that was me. Okay, there we go.
Anyway,
let's move to no-hitter since we talked to, or unless you want to talk about more about aces, because
nope. I think that basically nails it. Basically, what I wanted to say is the Detroit Tigers are the worst pitching staff total.
They have so much potential.
But they just poo-poo.
They are the worst in FIP. They are the worst in ERA plus. They are the worst. They are not the worst in strikeouts. The Washington Nationals actually have fewer strikeouts, believe it or not.
You mean the Washington baseball team, or
Trent Grisham triple?
Wow, look at you.
Two RBI triple.
Mm-hmm.
So, if your team is pitching good, you're probably a good team. That's basically what I wanted to say. Unless you're the New York Mets, because they have the best pitching staff by far.
And they poo-poo.
And they're terrible.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why they can't get the bats going.
It's really weird.
It's just New York.
Yeah, it's just the Mets, man. They're just Metsy.
Mets doing Mets things.
So I think that covers aces. I just kind of wanted to touch on, like, there are teams that are really bad, and most of the teams with good pitching are the good teams this year. That stat matters. That probably doesn't even need to be said, I guess. But All right, moving on to no hitters. So
it does.
For any of you who have not seen any of these no hitters or watched the replay yet that have happened so far this year, take the time.
You do.
Yeah, take the time and do that. MLB YouTube channel has actually done like
surprisingly
condensed games of every single out, all the outs of these no-hitters, and they are so fun to watch.
And 2 were so close to perfect games. Like,
You had
the Musgrove one, he hit the batter with
he hit him. Yeah,
and Musgrove hit the 27th batter.
No, that was Rodon.
Was it Rodon? Oh, yes, it was.
Musgrove had a walk. No, they both had hit by pitch, but Musgrove's happened in like the 4th inning, and Rodon's.
Well, yeah,
it was at the end.
Yeah, he had been throwing so much fastballs, and then he threw like a slider or a cut. I think it was a slider,
back foot slider.
Yeah, back foot slider, and it hit him on the back foot,
and it just hit him on the
toe.
Yeah, they called it a toe hitter.
Yeah, it sucked, and he knew it too. He's like,
well, shit.
Yeah, the toe hitter.
Point now.
Yeah. But so I found this article on MLB.com, which has all of the no-hitters ever in history. And it just keeps a running tally, and it just updates this article over time. And this is the most no-hitters in one season since 2015.
Yeah, it said it was the most no-hitters before the end of May since like 1920 or like.
Yeah, I didn't go that far into it, but in 2015 we had a guy named Chris Heston for the Giants. Don't know who that is. On June 9th, then Max Scherzer no-hit the Pirates on June 20th, and then Cole Hamels no-hit the Cubs on July 25th. Hisashi Iwakuma no-hit the Orioles. He pitched for the Mariners. Never heard of that guy before. On August 12th. And then 9 days later, Mike Fiers, one of the most entertaining baseball personalities out there, no-hit the Dodgers.
He's the reason the Astros got caught.
Yep. And then Max Scherzer decided to do it again, and he no-hit the Mets on October 3rd.
Multiple no-hitters in a season. That's crazy.
Yeah, Max Scherzer is a Hall of Famer.
Oh, he's a stud.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Him and Verlander are like Verlander and Kershaw are like the 3 best pitchers we've ever seen.
2 were on the team for a while.
2 were on the Tigers. How the Tigers did not get a World Series is just because they're the Tigers, because they play in Detroit.
Yeah.
You see Miggy did pass Babe Ruth, though, on hits.
Did he?
Yeah, like yesterday.
I did not see that.
Yeah, Miggy passed Babe Ruth.
And Babe Ruth just did it on beer and hot dogs.
And cigars.
Yeah, cigars.
Cigar sounds really good right now.
Yeah, it does.
I haven't had one of those in a while.
Oh, it's raining now. I can't go outside. Damn it.
It's kind of muggy here, too.
It's no bueno. Not going to lie.
Speaking of weather, I think we've had the worst of it.
Oh, yeah, with the hurricane or tornado? Yeah.
Yes.
Hurricane in Kansas. Oh, Lord.
Boy.
There's another contender for title. Hurricane in Kansas. Oops.
Bill, what are you doing?
I got a thing
Mickey
for my
Cabs
head.
did pass Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth was 46th on the list, and Mickey Cabs is now Mickey Cabs is now tied with Mel Ott for 44th. Mel Ott actually Mel Ott at one point was actually the home run leader before Babe Ruth, fun fact.
Well, which is crazy that like he passed Babe Ruth, but Babe Ruth still has 714 home runs.
Yeah, it's not even close.
Dude, like ridiculous.
Let's say Miggy Cabrera, because he's playing so horribly, only got 50 more hits. He would end this year probably right above a guy named Zach Wheat and right below a guy named Al Simons.
He's almost to a home run milestone too, isn't he?
Is he about to hit 5 or?
He's about to hit 500.
Let's see. Leaders.
Yeah,
I forget how to look this up. It's so hard to find sometimes. Full leaders index. All-time career.
I'm almost there.
All-time career homers. Okay, Miggy Cabs. He is 30th with 489.
Yep. So
11 more to hit 500. That'd be insane.
He'll get there.
Maybe. He is playing awful.
Well, I know, but He'll get there.
Well, he still has 2 more. He has this year and next year to get it. So there's no way he doesn't hit 500 home runs.
Yeah.
Currently, Miggy Cabs, it has a 45 OPS plus. And remember, we talked about OPS plus of Corey Dickerson just a minute ago.
Mm-hmm.
And over 100 is good, which is why Corey Dickerson, who has never had an all-star appearance,
Corey Dickerson
is an entire player better than Miguel Cabrera this year. Like, if you stacked another player, if you put Miguel Cabrera and an average baseball player at first base, they'd be playing just as well as Corey Dickerson.
Mm-hmm.
We should just name the next episode Corey Dickerson.
No, this one's Corey Dickerson.
This one's going to be just Corey Dickerson now.
Or
Two Reverends, no lawyers, and Corey Dickerson.
Yes.
Dalton, can you name the next active player on the all-time home run list with over 400 home runs? To be exact, 425 home runs.
And it's not Pujols?
Pujols has 667.
How many? 500 what?
425 home runs. Albert Pujols is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
600 something.
He has 667. He's 5th all-time.
So below Miggy Cabs, 425.
425 home runs. He's an active player.
It's not Trout because Trout just got over 300 just a minute
Trout's
ago.
at 310, which is crazy.
And Joey Votto just hit 300.
Because Trout's Trout's going to hit 500 home runs.
Markakis? No. Hold on. Markakis has like 2,000 hits or something crazy. Whoa, that was weird.
That was weird.
Oh, my gosh. Give me just a minute.
Which is more home runs than Mark Teixeira and just below Ripken and Piazza.
Nelson Cruz.
Nelson
Oh,
Cruz.
wow. Good for
Matt.
you.
Old man Nelson.
Did you know that
425 homers.
Nelson Cruz has hit more home runs after his 30th birthday than before it? How crazy is that?
Funny. That's funny.
And then the next
And that was after he got off the juice.
And then the next
Wait, was he ever on the juice?
Yeah, he was juicing.
Okay, when I said steroids, I was just being sarcastic, but maybe there's some truth to that.
He was
Maybe
juicing
there
at
was a
one
bit
point.
to that.
The next active player after Cruz is Giancarlo Stanton at 321.
And that's
Jay Bruce at 319.
Jay Bruce. He just retired.
Yeah.
Justin Upton 313, and then Mike Trout.
Justin Upton. Remember how good Justin Upton was when we were kids?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, when were we kids?
Like the early 2000s, and then his brother BJ played for the Braves, and then he got traded to the Rays, and then BJ was on the World Series Rays team. I found out when I was during the quarantine
Oh, all right.
because I watched the 2008 World Series game.
But where are we at?
All right, we talked about the no hitters. So at this point, I think this is going to turn into 2 episodes where we release them separately. At this point,
Should we stop the broadcast?
And
let's see. Let's end it with 2 more topics, which is the keys to fantasy baseball, and then we've already touched on quite a few of those, and then our MVPs on our own teams so far. So, Zach, what is your number 1 key you can tell to the people about being successful in fantasy baseball? Bill, pay attention.
Speaking to a guy who's about to be 2-3, but the defending champ, there's a couple different things I look at. Obviously, I think you need to have two closers for sure. Looking at pitchers, like you want to be able to stream pitchers as well. Like you want that 1 or 2 stud aces. Streaming those pitchers until you start finding like a solid pitcher like Kyle Gibson, who I have right now, who's been hot. And he may drop off eventually, but you find a guy you can stream, for 5 or 6 weeks. But thinking to be flexible and not just not adding and dropping players. There's 18 weeks. You're gonna have to make moves. You can't be scared to make moves. And then for batters, I do think in our league, position eligibility is a big thing. But as well, like when looking at those position eligibilities, who has, a good OPS? OPS is huge. And just trying to find those guys. I'm not a huge fan of keeping tons of batters on your roster. I would rather not have bench batters. Completely opposite of what Matt's roster is right now, which is fine. Like, Matt's got a good roster, don't get me wrong. But he's got some good pitchers where he doesn't have to stream as many pitchers. And he can keep batters on the bench. But it's so hard to predict batter day by day. I don't like to, I missed out a couple days ago. I added some extra batters. A couple people were in slumps. Juan Moncada and Biggio were on huge slumps. Throw them on my bench. They each score eight points. I'd rather just roll with the punches on batters because you're going to get negatives here and there. I would prefer to have less batters and more pitchers. That's my philosophy. Other people have different philosophies. But those batters that have good OPS, it's hard to cut bait when you have like a Kevin Biggio, who's you drafted it with high draft capital and he's not doing well. You give those guys a little bit more time before you cut bait, but don't be afraid to cut bait on those guys that are sucking. Bill, he drafted his boy Javi Baez in the first round and dropped him. Which doesn't make any sense. I think he's
especially because he just got hot when you dropped him, Bill. Fuck.
I didn't think so. I just did.
I have a scenario. I think Bill's team is just the farm team for Matt's team.
That's what it looks like.
It's got to be.
Where Bill drops everybody and then Matt picks them up for as a farm system. So I think it's like a 2-for-1 deal. I think Matt and Bill might be splitting a Javi Baez jersey. I
already got one, so that's all Matt's.
But
so before I get angry, this naturally transitions into my keys of fantasy baseball.
Whatever Bill does, do the opposite.
That's not it.
Yeah, that's about right. Okay. Don't do what Bill does.
This whole episode, I've been talking about stats and the ones you need to look at, right? So the very important one to look at when you're trying to decide if it's time to move on from a position player or not, right? So pitchers, it's easy. You just kind of roll with the punches, and if they have 2 bad starts in a row, it might be time to look at moving them, but that's when you just turn it into a stream spot. Right?
That's when I pick up a pitcher, though. If they're 2 bad spots in a row, I love.
You just cut them. Oh, that's when you pick them up.
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Well, if it's a good matchup, I picked up Herman Marquez today. 2 bad starts.
Well, you should have known the Cardinals are hot right now.
Yeah, but they only scored 2 runs today.
Anyway,
it didn't help. Milwaukee scored 0.
Pitchers are hard. However, you need to. So the easy thing to do with starting pitchers is you have either 2 or 3 closers, right? And every Monday, you take a look at the schedule section on the stats on your roster. There's a button that says schedule. You click that, and you go down to your starters, and you see how many PPs you have, probable pitches. If Monday to Sunday doesn't equal 12, then you're going to have to stream pitchers all week to get to that 12.
I think if you're at 10, you could probably stand pat if you have good pitchers.
It depends on your matchup.
Yep.
If you're playing someone that's not Bill, you're probably going to want to make sure you hit all 12 every week.
Or in Matt's case, 14.
Yeah, or 14, which that's going to be very interesting to look at. We'll talk about it on this next episode since we have so many topics to cover. My other key is when you are trying to figure out whether it's time to cut bait on position players. Now, don't be afraid to move on from position players. Bill, you did a very good job in some regards, but on some of it, I was like, what the fuck is this dude doing? Hold on, sorry.
Matt,
there's so many curses.
Thank you, Bill.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bobby.
So back to Javi Baez. Bill, if you looked at his season total line, I'm sure it pissed you off because he was bad, right? In terms of like points and average and average points accrued. However, first things first, a player like that, I would have shopped him on the trade market first.
Yeah.
Because we haven't seen a trade yet. It's hard to find trades, but a guy that's got that much name value, float him out there first. And if you can't get anything, then fine, move on from him. However, the reason why you shouldn't have moved on from him is because on the stats page, the thing you need to be looking at is the average points per game, right? Because it goes on a day basis. Like how many, whatever games he started, his average points is what you need to be looking at. And you want something north of 2.5.
Yeah.
On every position player you have, you want it to be 2.5 or better. If it's a little bit lower, you can wait a little bit. Now, you also want to look at walks over strikeouts. But anyway, there's this button that you can click that breaks it down to 15-day and 7-day.
Yep.
You need to look at that.
Yeah.
If you look at 15 and it shows this guy's heating up, okay, cool. Look at 7. It shows he's heating up. Fuck yeah. I don't have to move him at all. Even if his season total looks like garbage, he's hot right now, baby. He's seeing the ball.
Well, I mean, I kept all the rest of the Cup players, and they did phenomenally for me, so I kept them. But yeah, I mean, one player is not going to be the end of the world.
No, it's not. But that's just something to keep.
But
in mind.
that big one,
I'm not ranting at you. I kind of am, I guess.
Yeah.
But
speaking about trading, I've been hanging out with Zach Weller. He is open to dealing Giancarlo Stanton or Nelson Cruz.
I want Stanton, but I think he's too expensive right now. I wanted to flip for Stanton in like week 2, and I should have done it.
He's willing to part with either one for the right value. He's 1-4. He's looking for a position player. He's not looking for a pitcher.
Well, it's because you can't play 2 DHs. That's why.
That's why. But I mean. The odds of when he drafted him, the odds of one being good, but now they're both good, so he can't play both. So he's looking to ship one. So if anyone has an offer for Giancarlo Stanton or Nelson Cruz, send him an offer. He's open to dealing because he's also 1-4. So
right. So here's a good example. Let's look at his last 15 stats on his team. It looks like he needs to cut bait on Mike Moustakas. Outside of Mike Moustakas, he has a pretty good team. So if you wanted to make a trade with Mr. Zach Weller, you'd probably want to flip him a second baseman / shortstop since that's where he's playing the Moose at. However, he does have Garrett Hampson, who he could just throw in there, cut bait on.
He's
Mike
also
Moustakas.
been struggling with injuries. He just lost Buxton.
And Springer again.
Yeah, so he's struggling at outfield. He would prefer an outfielder.
Perfect. I got just the guy.
So send him a trade request. He is open. He would prefer an outfielder.
Yep, I got one for him.
So, and yeah, he was pissed Springer went back on the IL. He's like, he came back and he came out hot, and then boom, back on the IL.
But anyway, as soon as Matt returns, we will hit our last topic, which I think is probably going to be one of our favorites. Did Matt say be right back? Okay. So I guess, do we have anything else to say in regards to tips? Bill, are you having more fun this year than last year?
Yeah, I've won a game.
Yes. You so should have been able to win this week.
I was doing great for the first, I think, 2 days.
He was not very good for being 3-1.
Yeah.
No, he never makes any moves. That's why.
No, I was doing great the first 2 days, and then the third day, I think it was Wednesday, I put up 3 points total, and I was like, "What in the hell happened?"
So you put up 67 points on Tuesday, and then you put up 54 in the next 3 days combined.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh."
Dalton, can you guess who has the most acquisitions?
Matt.
Yeah, Matt with 52.
Which is all those pitchers, yeah.
Bill is second at 35.
Wow. Well, that's because Bill retooled his entire team 4 times.
Yeah,
Dalton,
pretty much.
You're at 31, and I'm at 28. Who's had the most players on the IL.
Not me, that's for sure.
I was looking at it. Dicky Jitters.
Well, actually put them on the IL.
Oh. You?
Not me.
Zach?
No,
Zach, yeah.
Weller.
9 players for me.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
That's okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I've had pitchers on the IL. I've had batters on the IL. I mean, I've been piecing together players.
next is going to be the coaches.
Yeah, Key Brian Hayes just got put on the 60-day IL. I'm pretty upset about that.
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
he was almost back too.
Yeah, not anymore. Fewest ads. You say
LaFond.
5. You can't do that and win. And he's 3-1, which is gonna be 4-1, which doesn't make any sense.
That's what he did last year too,
He's
man.
winning.
I think he only had 17 moves the whole year last year, and he won.
His team was good last year, though. He didn't have to make 7-week season. He didn't have to make moves.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I forgot about those.
All right, so the closing segment. You said we want to talk about our MVPs, right?
Our MVPs so far in this season. So we'll fire this off first with the leader in the clubhouse, Matthew Lloyd Henderson.
That's me.
Matthew Latre Leonidas Henderson.
I want to change it to Delano.
So,
hey, this is a children's channel, Zachary. You do not put me the middle finger.
Yeah, that's a drink of your apple juice, Matt.
Who is your current MVP of your team?
All right. So, how many can we name? Just one?
Maybe we should make it one hitter, one pitcher.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask that. Yeah.
Okay. My pitcher, surprisingly, is Jack Flaherty. I think he's leading the league in wins right now, or he's tied, I think. But he's been pretty good for me. And then, at the beginning of the season for hitters, I would have said Nick Castellanos, but he's been, I don't know, he's having some back tightness lately. So I'd have to say overall Mike Trout would be my MVP guy for hits.
No doubt about it.
Now, Jack Flaherty did have 2 kind of rough starts to start the year, and somehow they still won one of those games, I think. Opening day, Flaherty got torched.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you stuck it out with him, and it's paying the benefits.
I think he was like my 3rd or 4th round pick, so I feel like I can't just drop him or I'll get made fun of later.
Yeah, like we just did to Bill. Now, Bill, since we just went from first to worst, who are your MVPs? One pitcher, one hitter.
Hitter, I should say. I think it's got to be Chris Bryant. Last couple games, couple games before the last couple games, went on fire. Total, he's got 104 points on the season.
I don't know anybody that has 100 points.
He's insane.
He's been doing great. And then Rizzo, I think is never mind. Peralta's second, I think, with 85. 85. So
Freight Train, David Peralta.
There's a couple good ones. They get hot for a bit and die off, just like everybody. But recently, they've been on fire. Pitcher, I think it's got to be Michael Kopech. Yeah.
Kopech? Yeah.
Yeah, with 84 points. So
yeah,
he's been doing pretty good. Yeah, so as long as people stay healthy and keep doing
not
those
all
good
84
games,
of those
right.
points were on your team, but Michael Kopech is a very talented prospect who dealt with some mental health issues last year and Tommy John surgery. And Tony La Russa just decided, you know what, I'm just going to have some confidence in you, young man. And
it's pulled off. It's been off.
The White Sox, by the way, have the second best pitching staff so far this year. If you think about it and you think about the names of the dudes who are killing it, it really makes sense because you got Giolito, Lance Lynn, Dallas Keuchel, Carlos Rodon, Dylan Cease, and Michael Kopech. Like, Jesus. If their hitters can get back on track, the White Sox are going to be winning that division, no problem.
Showing up to Dalton?
Yeah,
sure.
Dalton.
Best hitter, best pitcher?
So, my easy money leader so far is Jesse Winker. 1,000 OPS, 626 slugging, 171 OPS plus, 418 on base percentage.
Damn.
I think he's leading the National League in batting average. which doesn't matter. But anyway, Jesse Winker is the leadoff man for the Reds. As soon as Castellanos got cold, that's when – well, Jesse Winker's been killing it all year, man. He's my Anthony Santander this year. I think he might have been my second to last pick. I can't remember. But I love Jesse Winker. Currently, right now, if I were to win, he'd be my jersey as it stands now. And my pitcher, I think, is pretty easy. He's been kind of hurt. Well, he got put on the COVID list on May 1st, but it seems like my team goes wherever Corbin Burns takes it.
Player goes on COVID, that goes on IL, correct?
They can go on AL.
They can? Okay.
Yep.
Oh, my gosh. This is a 2-point game between you two right now?
I know.
It's going to come down to the final couple innings with the Dodgers and the Angels. It's going to be super close.
Got to put that on
come
there.
down to the stat correction, though.
I was going to say, you keep throwing the word stat correction out there. Just focus on your own team.
If Matt wins and they count all 14 of his pitchers, I want a formal protest.
All 14.
Formal protest.
I'll be on that titty committee. Let's do it.
Wayno was first out the gate.
Yep. So
Right.
Wayne, yeah, that's fine. If Wayne's the first one out the gate, that's
Wayno
fine.
plus Hader.
Yep, that's fine. We'll see. We'll go through mine. Obviously, it's like Garrett Cole's been a stud. No doubt about it. Second, I mean, for a streaming pitcher that's done quite well is Kyle Gibson. Kyle Gibson, I picked him up after a couple starts. He's averaging almost 16 points a game after only one bad start. But Garrett Cole is my best pitcher. And surprisingly, my batters, I mean, I've been moving lots of batters around. I haven't looked at
your team is weird looking.
Yeah, it is. I haven't looked at a total OPS, but Yadier Molina, man.
He's been killing it.
Killing it. He's I got his stats pulled up right now. He's batting .320.
170 OPS plus.
Yep, 170 OPS plus, like murdering it. And he spent 10 days on the IL. So I was glad to get him back. But he's averaging 3 points a game as a catcher, and he's only sitting out maybe about 1 day a week. So he's playing pretty much every day. My batters, they've been taking a while to get going, but it's weird to say Yadier Molina is my MVP. I mean, my highest point total guy is Trevor Story, but in 2.8 points a game, it's fine. In the last 15 days, Story's been going off, which is great. But Rendon's another guy that's been about 3 points a game, but 2 stints on the IL, which is hurting.
Yeah. With how hard it is to get a good catcher, I think that's a pretty solid choice for you.
Yeah.
Plus, he's a Hall of Famer. So.
Oh, Yachty, Yachty's Yachty. I mean, it's like he's so good.
Well, I think with that, we only had time for my topics today, so that was kind of selfish of me. However, that's what happens when you make the Google Drive sheet, I guess. Next,
Oh, I just took the lead.
what was it?
Huh?
I don't know. Let's see which batter.
What was it?
Jared Walsh.
Walk from Kenley.
A walk RBI.
Walk RBI.
Bases loaded.
No, he's on first.
Oh, Kenley Jansen's in the game.
Yeah, and Matt has Kenley, right?
I have Kenley.
I have Trevor Bauer.
So that was a 0 for you then if you have Kenley.
Well, he might get the save. It hasn't updated on the thing yet. He's going to get the save.
No,
I
he's
think
not
he
because
will.
they're down 1, so he can't get the save.
They're down?
Yeah,
Hold on.
Dodgers are down 1.
Oh, so he's just coming in to pitch?
Well, yeah, because they're in a rough spot.
That's lame. But I'm
Yeah,
still
so
in the
he's
lead.
yeah.
I
So,
took the lead. I
any
took the lead.
final thoughts, William?
Yeah, don't do what I do and you'll win.
Maybe.
But I mean, by the trend, if you just all you have to do is draft well, and then not make too many moves, you'll be all right. But
Yeah,
at the same time, Matt's kind of just shuffling pitchers around like he's in a freaking casino game. So I don't know. It's just whatever floats your goat. I mean, at this point,
which is the difference between fantasy football and baseball. Like
very much
baseball,
so.
you don't have to hit the draft. I don't feel
Nope.
like. You
No.
have to hit the wire.
Mhm.
Football, you got to nail some draft picks.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the big thing.
Mhm.
Bill, right now you have the NL MVP on your team, I would argue.
NL MVP?
The National League MVP.
Oh, no, okay. Mm-hmm.
And Chris Bryant.
I thought NL was going to be Notorious Loser MVP or something. I don't know.
Notorious. Well, anyway, with that, there will be a part 2 to episode 1 as we have plenty of topics to talk about. The stats will change between now and then. Doesn't matter. As we said, stats
keep around the scoreboards.
So, with that, we'll catch you next time.
Bye.
Bye.